Hola amigos and amigas, today is a beautiful day and I'm recording this video from the main part of the bridge that they have in Ubatuba. I'm not sure if it's the center, but I've been living next to it for about a month and I have never gone here. So. As you can see, it's pretty beautiful. Some people come fishing here. Some people just come and enjoy their life. I know it is super sunny. You can't really see my face without my hand, but at the same time, it's one of the most amazing places here. Remember, I used to be doing this in the first videos and some people didn't understand what it means, but it's like I'm enjoying the atmosphere, you know. So today's video is going to be about my plans, what we are going to be doing in the next 2 weeks and how I'm going to manage to do it. So on December 20th we have to be crossing the border between Brazil and Paraguay, as this is absolutely the last day we can stay in the country. We don't really want to overstay and pay a whole bunch of fines, so we will try to cross a day earlier. On December 17th we're taking a bus from Ubatuba to Caraguatatuba. Then we're trying to catch a bus from Caraguatatuba to Sao Paulo. When we reach Tietê bus station in Sao Paulo, then the most interesting part comes. And that's why I call it interesting. The distance between Ubatuba and Encarnacion is 1500 kilometers. And even if we had a car, as you can see, it would take us 20 hours to drive. Paraguay is our next destination place. Its capital, Asunción, is the most developed city, even though there are only 500,000 people living there. It is known as Mother of Cities and is considered to be one of the oldest cities in all of South America. At the moment, Paraguay is the only country which land border with Brazil has been reopened, and that was the main reason of us choosing it. There are a few border crossings, but the one we are aiming for goes through Foz do Iguaçu and Ciudad del Este. The second reason is simply its good food and weather and beautiful nature. No need to go far, just take a look at Foz do Iguaçu, land of waterfalls, and you will understand the temptation we have to see it. Paraguay is also home to the world's largest water reserve with one of the world's largest hydroelectric power plants. Its navy is pretty powerful too, even though Paraguay is a landlocked country with no access to the sea. Beautiful beachfront combined with cheap rent and good food. Being a simple person, there's really not much I need in my life to be happy. You might be wondering what Numbeo is and why it came up. It's a website that allows users to see all the relevant information on the prices in different countries. And it's in my must checklist before flying anywhere. Let's now take a closer look in Paraguay. Average cost of living for a family, as you can see of 4, is $1,500 a month, while a single person can live on $400 US dollars, excluding the rent price. Now let's specify the city. For example, Asunción, and see how much money we need to live there. This field means that anyone residing in the city can update the relevant information here, so the concept is very similar to Wikipedia. The currency I have chosen is United States dollars, and almost everything I can see here is quite cheap. Milk, bread, rice, eggs, most of the veggies and fruits. The utility bill should be around $60 US dollars. Rent in a one-bedroom apartment in the city center would cost you $300. By the way, Numbeo has an option of comparing any two countries or cities. Time to look up the difference between Kiev, Ukraine, and Ubatuba, Brazil. According to Numbeo, both rent and restaurant prices are much lower in Ubatuba. What do you need to travel to Brazil or Paraguay? Where can you go from it? And what about vaccination certificates, PCRs, insurance and quarantine? Yes, you can read all about it on this website. On the left, there is an option to switch to a different country, and I'm going to choose Paraguay now. Crossing rules is the column of the chart I look at first. And here it says that in order to enter Paraguay as a foreigner, you must have first a negative PCR taken 72 hours prior to your arrival. But it also says that on the third day after your arrival, you should take a second PCR test and isolate for 7 days if it comes back positive. So the second absolutely must-have is international medical insurance with COVID coverage. And the third thing you must need in order to enter Paraguay is a completed health declaration form, filled in no more than 24 hours before departure. Unfortunately, if you're coming from any of these South African countries, the entry to Paraguay to you will be denied. When choosing the plane tickets, I use Skyscanner most often. This time I have decided to check what the prices are for flying from Sao Paulo to Paraguay. Choosing the cheapest months is always a good option if you want to get the estimate for the minimum tickets price. I'm choosing December 2021 because that's when we absolutely have to go. The days we need to leave look like one of the most expensive days to fly. For example, the price for going to Asuncion on the 17th of December is $800. So let's see what a bus can offer. What you see is a seating chart for one going from a bus station in Sao Paulo to Foz do Iguaçu on the 18th of December. This is a good option for me, so let's choose 2 seats. And the total price for 2 people is about $70 US. Before leaving Brazil, we'll have to make the last stop at Receita Federal, and anyone leaving Brazil through Foz do Iguaçu would have to do the same. All foreigners must go to the immigration office and stamp their passports on the way out by themselves. By the way, same thing happens when we cross into Ciudad del Este. Our passports will need to be stamped once more upon the entry. Thank you so much for watching my today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found this information practical and useful. Maybe some of you will even want to visit Paraguay in the nearest future. If you ever are there, just write me on Instagram or write a message on Couchsurfing. I'm an active user there as well. Maybe we will meet for a drink or we'll smoke up together. Who knows? The world is really, really small.